Hi, family. It's African Osorenko. I'm back at you with another video. I have missed you all so much, and I hope you have missed me too, family. So, family, today I want to discuss a very important um, factor in the Black community, and that is Black wealth. And in order for Black wealth to be built, we have to practice group economics. Excuse me, family. We have to practice group economics. And how do we do that? There's so many ways, family, that we can do this. And let me start off by saying, you know, we have more than what our ancestors started with. We do have Black doctors. We do have Black lawyers. We do have Black nurses. We do have Black teachers. We have Black police officers. We have Black everything now. Black plumbers. We have an array of Black professionals within the community that we can build Black wealth, regardless of to whatever this administration is omitting out or cutting out or getting rid of. It didn't help us anyway. Can we all say that together? It didn't help us anyway. Because as we all are already aware of, that the DEI was not for you and I. It was not for us. Okay, DEI was used to help other communities, including white women, okay, including LGBTQ and other groups. It was used to assist those groups to get a leg up on us. That's what it was for, and it was not given to us. As we have already discussed in a previous video that I went over receipts, that we had one. I'm sorry, there were 3%, 2 to 3%, and that's being generous. Okay, 2 to 3% of Black people that benefited from DEI. Okay, just such as affirmative action. So them taking these things away from us will not harm us at all. In fact, this is going to make us benefactors of our own Black wealth. And so we do thank the Orange Man for doing what he's doing on that. Now, I don't have a dog in the fight with the Republicans or the Democrats, and I've said this on many of my videos because I am not neither. I am a policy person, a woman, okay? I am a woman that looks at everybody, everybody's who's running for any office, and looks at the history. You can go to their web page. You can see what they've done in the community for the community. You can see where they came from, what they're about. You could see what they're trying to implement and do. And this is how I focus my attention when I'm looking at any candidate running for any office. And I would implore you all to do the same, because we can no longer choose somebody because their skin is the same as ours. We can't choose anybody like that, because it is a detriment to our community. Because choosing people just because they're Black, even though white people choose people just because they are white, well, they have that luxury to do that. But because of our the wealth gap within the two communities, we don't have that luxury to do that. So it would benefit us to ensure the people that we are putting in place, are going to do something specifically for us, because they specifically do everything for every other community than ours. So that's what we want to do. So first, what I want to do, family, is I'm going to go over I'm sorry, the Copyright Act. Of course, we know the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes as research, criticism, teaching, and all of those other things. Okay, so that's where we are with that. And so I'm going to read a little article. Just one second. Let me pull it up, fam. Okay, I'm going to read an article by the National Community Reinvestment Coalition. Okay, and this one was conducted in, it was a study. I'm sorry, and this one was conducted in October, or the findings were uh, submitted in October of 2024. Okay, so it says the racial wealth gap between whites and blacks in America has not closed any, any in over 30 years. You understand that, family? In over 30 years, the wealth gap in America between whites and blacks have not closed at all. That's huge. Black households are increasingly dependent on home ownership as a wealth building strategy. Yet, home ownership is usually out of reach for most Black households. In particular, also, they lack liquid assets, which compounds the effects of home ownership disparities, and which helps explain why the black white wealth gap has changed little in over 30 years. To make progress in narrowing the racial wealth gap, governments should enact policies to make household housing more affordable and promote home ownership, i.e., some of the programs that they have, okay, that now didn't benefit us anyway. Um, Facilitate entrepreneurship and enable Black and Hispanic, and they always throw other people within our group, to better save for retirement. The persistent racial wealth gap has remained unchanged and causes and touches so many other avenues of Black lives. And it does. Because when you don't have the wealth in the community, or the money, even the money to pay the rent or pay bills, then you don't have money for adequate food, appropriate housing, you know what I'm saying? Appropriate medical care. So it affects so many other phases of one's life, appropriate or adequate education. You know, these things will affect a person's uh, life outcome, their health, their mental health, their physical health. It affects so many things. And this country has absolutely played a part in, with its policies, laws, and procedures, and it enabling the disparities to continue for so long. This It has contributed to the black and white wealth gap, and it's a shame to, even now, that they are unwilling to rectify it, and instead want to cause further damage. But let me tell you, family, that's not going to happen. See, as Black people, we have to understand our capabilities. We know, we see, and we know, and we understood. Let's say we read, we heard, we understood, we lived, we saw, whatever, what our ancestors did, those that are gone from us now, okay, recent, within the last 40, 50, 60 years, okay? We know what they were capable of. We saw what they did, okay? And there's nothing that we can't do as well. So the first thing is practicing group economics. And um, supporting black businesses is number one. Okay, we have to support black business in order for black businesses to thrive economically. That will keep the revenue flowing within the community, within our community, building up. See, you always look at how in certain areas they have things like Whole Foods and things like that. You see what I'm saying? Because those people are re, rejuvenating the dollar within their very community. Family, we have to do that as well. It may not be a Whole Foods family, but there are black owned grocery stores. We should be promoting and participating in, supporting them. We should be doing it, family. There are a few here I know in Georgia. There, I think, at least two that are black owned grocery stores. We need to be, uh, promoting these businesses because 9 times out of 10, they're getting their food too from black farmers who are having a hard time. See, because they started paying the black farmers to stop growing food, paying the millions to stop growing food. Okay, but the black farmers are not being offered that. They're not. We have to do better as a community supporting those within our community. They're black gems, they're black braiders, they're black whatever we need within our community family, they're black mechanics. We have to start supporting our own people now. I also said uh, inclusivity should be only necessary, only when necessary. Just like they felt like cutting out DEI. Oh, well, that means black people won't be able to get jobs because black people are just not smart enough to get any jobs anywhere, right? Okay? Right? When when all the black people I know work, thrive, are hard workers, okay? Are not looking for a handout. This is why we have to stop being so inclusive. And if I'm gonna hurt some people's feelings, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to get over it. Be inclusive on an individual level, not on a collective level. And the reason I say that, family, because collectively we can't look at these people and say, these people are good for us. We can't. It's been proven too many times that they're not. So we have to use our sense, and we have to use our logic, and we have to think about the history. See, they always say study a study for reparations. Well, see, we don't have to do a study about our treatment in America. We don't have to do a study on that because we see the study has been our life. That's your study. Your study is that you've lived in a non-democracy, okay, a non-democratic governing as black people. You've lived in that. So we don't need a study because we know it exists. But so we have to stop being so inclusive. You hear so many black people inviting folks to barbecues that we not having anyway, okay? I don't understand why we're inviting so inclusive when when we're disincluded, everybody looks the other way. We need to start looking the other way too. Okay? We need to hire black. Okay. I am a business owner and I have 2 employees. I pray to one day have 50 employees, maybe even 100. You know, uh, whatever God will bless me with. The same thing for you. We need to start taking our young people and teaching them and hiring them so that they can be future business owners to hire other people. Because if we see, they're putting laws down and policies in place where we won't be able to get jobs. See, they want us to go out here and do these jobs for picking fruit, okay? Which I'm not downing anybody for picking fruit because I will pick my own fruit, okay, every year when I have me a garden, okay? I've did it before. But to be forced and subjugated into a small box as to say black people can't be doctors. Well, we've been doctors. Black people can't be lawyers. Black people can't be psychologists. Black people can't be therapists. Black people can't be, you know what I'm saying? Judges. Come on now. We have to practice group economics, family, so that we can put ourselves in a better situation that we can control where our community will go. And family, the number one with practicing group economics, the number one component is going to be being separate. So many people, we can't say segregated because the connotation that segregation has with it. And people will look at it and think, "Oh no," because a lot of people feel like, well, if we're separate, then they're not gonna point to. Then that means we don't have to pay taxes to them. We need to, go about a legal way to find ourselves as sovereign. We need to be sovereign from America because continuing to, you know, uh, be integrated has not done us at all any good in over 400 years. That is since the inception of us coming into contact with one another. It never benefited us, it only benefited them. But now it's time to benefit ourselves. Now it is time, family, for us to uh, grow from our experiences that we have had within this society, and it's time for us to do bigger and better things. Now, for those who feel that they can remain in America segregated, I say to you, my prayer is with you. It is. My prayer is with you. And I pray that that is the case. But for those of us that feel that we cannot, because we know we have encountered these people before, and because we have seen how when our people their people insisted on segregation, and our people had to comply, and which we did, okay, and we complied, and we were left alone to our own devices, and we exploded in every way. Had banks, had towns, had movie theaters, had hairdressers, facilities, had or salons, hair salons, and barber shops and restaurants, and we had everything that we built. And what happened? I'll tell you what happened. white supremacy came and killed most of the people. In some cases, damn near all of them, including children and women. Raped some women, raped some women and some men, not to mention so many other things that they did. Taking, taking chances like that, I would say, mm-mm, not for me. But for those that feel that um, that is their, destination in plight, of course, I ask the Most High to uplift and support because there will be warriors needed. So I thank you, family, so much today for joining me. I didn't intend to keep you this long, but I enjoyed it so much. I hope that you guys are enjoying every single day, are loving yourselves and staying strong out there, and please taking care of your health. Okay. All right, family. You be blessed. You be well, and you be safe. Will the Most High continue to cover you. Take care, family. Bye bye.